Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Divergent Dice D&D night tonight with the Just Consequences crew. Fun fact, we have audio and video again. 10 out of 10. Perfect. We nailed it. We do this all the time and are super pros at it. None of those statements
audio,
are
right?
true. Yeah.
Just double checking because every time there's an issue.
Yeah. None of those statements are true. Yeah, they can hear me now. Yeah. So, thank you for the resub. Lucky 13 months from Airy. Woot woot. Or hoot hoot, depending on who you're playing. So,
I wouldn't blame you for unsubbing after that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I do what I do. I have no regrets. All right, so, lot went on last session. A lot more will go on this session. I mentioned to some folks earlier that tonight's episode, just like Sesame Street, is brought to us by the letters E and D, not in a dysfunctional sense, but in the emotional damage sense. So, yeah, there's that. So strap in. Maybe have some tissues nearby, just in case it gets intense, and we'll roll with it.
Really starting this off on like a high note.
Yeah,
energy.
I like just to give you guys
converted all the monster advantages to player advantages, so monsters are getting harder.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Did anyone have a hard day at work today? Oh, good. All right. So with that, we will throw it over to Shannon for Cannabis. Shannon.
All right. So we had made the trek out to find the Excalibur axe in Igdrinos' fall, and we'd initially started by fighting a phoenix, but then a bigger, scarier fire worm appeared, and we beat it down. The monster's body remains on fire, but Seeker dumped some water on it. All good there. Black and purple portal opened up, and out came an older-looking Lillian. She grabbed the axe that we'd come for and said something like, "Oh no, not you guys again," and jumped back in the portal. So we do what we usually do and jump into the portal after her. We end up in some fiery depths with Lillian and Scaly Dog. Lillian's unhappy that Tooth has forgotten that they used to be married, and even more upset that he's forgotten their daughter. The conversation gets kind of deep between discussing the consequences of so many of her actions. Of carrying around the chalice, the deaths in the party, the deaths that we've caused, the people that we've brought back, and we determine things continue to be a shit show. We join Lillian in her task to trade the Excalibur axe for help in retrieving her daughter, Tel, with Igdrinos' daughter, Malia. So we essentially put Malia on the throne, say, okay, we've done our job, I guess, and abandon the Fire Realm to go back to Parmody. We get back to Alinor, spend some time talking about our flaws and being broken. Pez uses his blood curse to know Darren's direction. Seeker has a chat with Arunme about being a druid and their philosophical place in the world. Trevor gives us the details on the cinematic scene in the Fire Realm as Malia arrives in the throne room, ascends the stairs, and transforms as she becomes the new Lord of Fire. We reconvene on the main floor in the morning and find Azvaraja. She seems a little ambivalent about the new Fire Lord, but says Talea's not going to be on board for this, probably, and has even more concerns that Tooth explains that he has a child with Lillian. There's a conclave set to meet in a week once the Flame Lord has established her dominion. Freyr is told to inform Azvaraja if we decide to attend. We make our way to Demon's Farthing in Darren's direction, and we enter into the underground lab. And a beholder blocks our way, and that's where we ended.
Excellent. When you just plow through it like that, it seems perfectly great. Hardly anyone notices the trauma. Yeah,
just little things.
Yeah,
no big deal.
Yeah, little things. Luke's soul. Yeah. You can actually see shreds of it still remaining. It's great.
Small ones. Trevor's continuity department must be working overtime.
Yeah. With that, we had rolled initiative. You guys descended the steps into what was at once the Office of Temporal Studies. Was the name of this particular office when you guys first ventured in here on one of your very first trips through Pomerty. You guys had done some exploring in it at that point. I know it was, over a year ago in like real time. So just to recap, you guys had been in here. You guys had fought one of these creations before down here, and found a portal that you used to get to the Fae through here. And that was the kind of gist of what you guys discovered in this area. You did a bit of digging around, but nothing too extensive. And when you enter again, this time down the stairs, you do notice that this place didn't look like in great shape, and it still doesn't. Like, it's not like it's been repaired or fixed or new. It is kind of this dilapidated, disheveled look that it has. And you see this creature at the end of the hallway, just kind of turn these mechanical servo tentacles towards you, and kind of start floating towards you.
It's friendly, right? We only rolled initiative to see who could talk to it first.
Yep. I mean, you can do whatever you like, buddy. Just let me switch the music here, and we'll kick things off. Have at her. Yeah. Cadence can talk to it first if she would like.
Wait, why is there battle music playing?
It's friendly. It's friendly.
So
that's what I thought.
We're talking right now. We're not fighting.
Shannon, that was a joke. Kill it.
It depends on what
Please
you do.
punch it rapidly, many times.
Cadence, for the love of God, hit this
if you
thing.
will.
I think it looks friendly, guys.
All right.
The one time she doesn't sprint in and just smash something right away.
God, I want death. I want my death ward back.
Yeah, she's gonna do her thing. 16.
Miss.
It's times like this where I'm convinced that Cadence is just Shannon. It's just her personality.
I mean, there might be similarities between my characters. 14 obviously does not hit. Punches. The punch is coming up too.
Alrighty.
Oh, should use Passion Kiss for that one. Oh well. Well, shit.
Oh.
Yeah, this thing, it just seems to dip and weave around all of your punches. It's kind of odd fighting this thing as it's up higher than larger than you, and as all of these tentacles kind of splay out towards you, you're being very cognizant to not get hit by them, and it's definitely throwing off your punches.
Yeah. I feel like Gary is telling me to use the dreaded nat one, so I'm going to use it
Okay,
because I can.
Perfect.
Okay.
Super can.
We got some free ones from them, so.
Yeah.
22.
22 hits.
7 little bludgeoning.
Well done,
Bludgeoning damage.
Love it. Bludgeoning. Yeah.
And that's Cadence.
Perfect. Yeah, you managed to land one blow and just crack this thing, kind of square center mass, and you just see the eye kind of focus on you as several of the tentacles just kind of go. Seeker.
So I guess after Seeker runs up the stairs, he's gonna seeing this thing and kind of recalling what they went through. He reaches for Thangus's wand of magic missile, and he's just gonna empty the wand at this thing.
Finally, getting some action.
I've used it before.
You hear Thangus call from the grave.
Yeah.
It's about damn time.
All right. Come on, where are you, buddy? Be 7 charges there.
26 points of damage. Solid hit. Yeah, you watch as this barrage of missiles just kind of erupt from the end of this wand, and like weave their way through the party assembled in the hallway, and all just crash into this beholder as like chunks of metal and like cabling and wire just gets like blasted off of this thing. That was
As he like pulls out the wand, he just like calls out like "fuck, not again." He stays put.
perfect. All right. Next up, Chrome.
And now for the D20 roll.
Oh, that's me. Hang on, let me open my character sheet.
For the
Mike
witch?
has to make a D20 roll.
I'm totally prepared and didn't forget at all.
Oh, for the
Charge.
Yeah.
for the full charge. Yeah.
You're gold.
You're gold.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's don't roll a 1.
No good.
About here, I'll rage to close the distance.
Okay.
Hang on, I need my chart. Roll 20, please. Oh, I get to teleport 30 feet. No, that's 2. It's the flump.
The flump. Okay.
Get that fucking
We'll
shit
ju-
away from me.
We'll just roll flump damage at the end. So should you choose?
All right. Bap, bap.
19 hits for 10 points of damage.
And then
Which Warhammer are you using currently? There's so many Warhammers flying around, it's hard to keep track.
What the? It wasn't supposed to be a Warhammer. It was supposed to be Times Teeth. I clicked the wrong button.
Okay, roll. Just attack again with times teeth and roll damage for it. Okay, so 11 damage instead of 10. So minus 1 more. Okay.
I'm gonna adjust that so it's up top. After I get a deck save.
Deck save from this thing.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's interesting. Apparently that macro no bueno. Fails.
Takes 5 damage.
Okay.
Force damage if it matters.
Does not.
And that's it for me.
Alrighty. Next up, move this over here. All right. Freyr.
Toll the Dead to start.
Toll the Dead to
Wisdom.
start, you say.
Wisdom save DC.
Is it a DC more than 6?
Yeah, it sure is. 2d12. Or is it 3d12 now? No, it's
Just
just
2.
2d12.
I think it's 50 d12.
I
Kill it in
wish.
one shot.
Wow, thanks RNG. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
RNG stands for really not good.
Yep. Excuse me, pardon me, Scaly Dog. Hi, Lillian, it's a pleasure. Excuse me. Come up to here, bonus action, Sanctuary on Cadence.
Thank you.
Cool.
I am afraid of what this thing could do to you.
Okay.
We've seen what's happened with beholders before.
Pez.
Excuse me. Well, at the risk of deafening everybody in the hallway, I'm gonna fire a shot off my pistol. So
Okay.
here it goes. Do I get a disadvantage because of the people in between?
No, just
Me
don't
and
roll,
the
just
beholder?
don't roll a nat 1.
All right then.
Yeah, Jim, don't roll a nat 1.
Okay. Fingers crossed. That's all we have to do, right? There we go.
You just rolled damage.
just damage.
Now we know how much damage teammates
Is that how it works now? We just rolling damage?
Is that how much damage I'm taking?
I'm down with that.
There, even
25,
better.
Hey!
25 does hit, and we'll keep the damage roll.
Nice.
19
Where are you at, Pez?
points of damage. He just shot like through Scaly Dog. It was like,
Yeah, no, he needs to move up.
I think you mean around Scaly Dog.
You gotta move up.
Oh yeah, range.
Yeah.
You got to be within
Well,
30
I mean-
feet for no advantage, or for no
Oh, okay.
disadvantage.
And I can move through with party to
Yep.
get there.
Yep.
Shoot. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you're good there.
That's exactly.
All right, that it for you?
Let's try a blood curse of binding.
Okay.
Just for shits and
Strength-
giggles.
Strength save.
Yes.
Yeah, it saves.
Okay. And that's enough bright ideas I've got. So next.
Alrighty. Next, you see this. The main eye on this beholder kind of like start to glow, as you almost see this like cone of light just kind of like fill the whole hallway that you guys are standing in, and emitting straight down the hall towards the party. Additionally, can I have? We'll just do it in order. Freyr, Seeker, and Tooth all roll 1d6.
No.
Okay, nice. You guys all rolled unique numbers. So we'll do these in order. Can I get Chrome to succeed on a DC 15 strength save?
Do it.
That should be pretty simple.
Do it, Chrome.
Come on, Chrome.
I believe
Yeah.
in you. Yeah.
Excellent. One down. Oh, okay. Freyr, can you please roll a dex save?
Fuck you. God damn.
DC 15.
Advantage.
Yeah, do it.
Go for it.
You got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. You would have got it anyway. Proud of you.
So
It just feels better though.
Yeah. Insurance, man.
you take 11 points of necrotic damage as this beam like just bursts forth from one of these reticulated like arms on this thing, and you manage to just kind of like half dive into the room beside you and miss the brunt of it, but it still catches you. And last but certainly not least, it's gonna make a wisdom save to try and target Cadence. 16.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay.
Sorry, Cadence. I tried.
Cadence,
You tried. Thank you.
can you make a con save for me, please?
Can I? I
You
can.
Yes, you can.
So the good news is you only take 7 points of damage, and you are not stunned.
Yes.
That's the best kind of stunned.
Yep.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, you see one of the reticulated arms to kind of like almost open up out of the back of this thing, and you see this spinning blade come down and swing at Chrome. And miss badly. But that's it for its turn. Tooth.
Okay. Tooth is gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the beholder.
Okay.
Yeah, this hallway's pretty like what we see is what we get. Is this a like? Can you walk into this room?
Sure can.
Oh, okay. Well, that seems pretty awesome. I'm gonna fire a couple arrows.
Oh, I realized
Hopefully
I forgot to
that
roll
hits.
for Lillian. She'll go at the end of the order.
I presume 25 hits. I'm hoping 25 hits.
Sure does.
Okay. 15 points.
15 points. This thing looks pretty banged up.
And then another 16 points.
Yeah. Solid.
And then I'm gonna walk into here.
Alrighty.
Go walk there. Perfect. That's my turn.
Lillian. Seeing that it is a little bit crowded, all up in there right now. She just holds out her hand and sends a firebolt at this thing. And just misses. And she's going to clear the way. Scaly Dog also is not being a combatant in this fight. He steps out of the hallway and into the room behind Lillian. Vox.
Fox is gonna move up here. And can I take an advantage for this? Actually, I don't even know if this spell needs advantage, but
What spell is it?
Charm Monster.
No, it's a saving throw.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
Okay, so it's going to make it save at advantage because you're fighting it, but it's charmed by you if it fails for up to an hour. Okay. Wisdom save for this thing. Your DC is... What's your DC?
Which DC do I need again?
It should be on the spell
On your-
save DC at the top of your spells page.
15, sorry. 15.
Whew. Scary. It manages to resist the effect.
Oof. Think I have any... Yeah, I don't have any bonus actions, so that's it for Vox.
Okay. Cadence.
All right. She'll use her spear coming up. 12, 25.
25 does indeed hit.
All right. She'll use stunning spike on that strike on that one for a con save DC 13. Okay. And then
This thing looks like beaten to
oh,
shit.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then bunches. 20.
20 does hit. Yeah, like this thing would you doubt it would survive another round. Like
All right.
another turn, let alone a round.
That's it for Cadence.
Okay, Seeker.
All right. Seeker then. Yeah, so this thing's looking kind of rough.
Exceedingly rough.
Mechanically speaking, is this thing similar to like Chrome? Like would Seeker? I guess that's not even really what I'm asking. I don't know. Would Seeker be able to gauge whether or not this thing is a construct? Mechanically speaking.
I'm only laughing because this is not the first time this question has come up this combat.
I can see that. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It was me.
You would be able to say it's a creature for sure.
Cool.
It's certainly not natural. Could be a construct. It's weird. Doesn't look like an elemental. Doesn't look like a creature. Doesn't look like a dragon. So I mean, like, maybe.
Does it look like it's been constructed?
Yeah. Touche. Okay. Seeker is going to try and just get off Erupting Earth underneath this thing then. If he can, like, contain that so that Cadence and Chrome are obviously not in it. 20-foot cube. I don't know if he can go beyond the confines of this hallway or...
Yeah, I'll say that you can. Like, it starts from a point you can see and is a 20-foot cube. So
Sure, yeah.
I'll say that's fine.
Okay. So we're going to do a Dex save. DC 16.
Fails.
Okay, for 18.
So you release this spell, and these like jagged chunks of like this concrete like tile and floor just start like bursting up almost like spears out of the earth. You just watch as like 2 or 3 of these just like impaled up through the floor as this thing's kind of floating above, and just like totally skewer this thing almost like up into the wall as it collapses, all of its arms hanging lifeless now to the ground.
Is that the same one?
What the hell is that thing?
Does it look like, as we approach, like, does it look new? Or does it look like it's been battled before?
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
It looks like, you don't know if it's the same one you fought before, but it looks like there was perhaps repairs done. Like you can see more damage than just the damage you guys did. Like it looks like there's like fire damage to it, and like no one managed to hit it with fire. Like it looks like it's been.
It looks like it's been repaired. Might be the same one. You know, Darren's maybe been here. Aren't we operating on the assumption that, you know, Darren is like super close by? He was pinged, right? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What a good sign.
Also, just so you guys are aware, that you guys should see the door tokens on the map now, at least as you explore. They work as they work. You can click on them. If they're open, you'll be able to unlock them. If they're locked, they'll be locked.
Cool.
Does anything like look different? I know you said like it's like hasn't been like upkept necessarily, but like
give me, just because like it's been a while even for Seeker since like you were here, give me a perception check, and I'm gonna say that depending on how well you roll, it'll be like how much of like the differences you can spot. It's like a spot the differences check.
Okay.
Ooh. Fucking pro at these things.
So yeah, Seeker, you like looking around like this hallway, there wasn't much to see. It was, you know, pretty empty. As you kind of like stick your head in the room near where Lillian and Scaly Dog are, there's like shreds and like tatters of paper everywhere, but the main table here is like just covered in like what looks like more recent paper. Like doesn't look like it's torn or tattered, like it's got writing on it, but it's not, you know, organized. It just looks chaotic, but it definitely looks not like the rest of the paper here. More recent.
Can Seeker read it? Like, is it just like ramblings? Is it planning? Is it even comment, or is it written in giant maybe?
It's written in. It's weird. You start like reading one, it's in common. Look at another one, Elvish. Look at another one, can't read the language. Look at like, and like sometimes it switches like mid document. The ones that you can read, they seem almost like shorthand, like research notes almost. Are you like stopping to like actually read like a passage? Or
No. He's just like takes one glance over it. Like, are these evil plans? Is this just like BS? Like, is it helpful at first glance?
I would say at first glance, roll me a d20 just to see at the glance like which one of these you happen to like find. 12?
The 12th one.
The 12th one. Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3.
And he'll maybe like, as he like looks at it, like, and notices that there's like different languages popping off, like he'll like look up to somebody that he thinks is probably smarter than him. Well, then no
We
one's
have
really
one of
here,
those?
I guess.
Wow.
So,
Fuck you.
Fangus is gone. Like, but no, he'd like I think look to Freyr and be like, strange writing.
Rare
So
join
Seeker,
secret.
you the one that you look at that gives you kind of this like sense says this. Just whispering it to you now.
Yeah, Seeker's just like poring over it and like probably can't like really like recognize it at first because the language is like switching. Kind of like gestures to Freyr like this is strange. Probably once it lands, probably reads it out loud.
Yeah, that's the little snippet that's in a language you can read from the document you happen to glance at.
All right, it's probably a little long for Seeker. Probably wouldn't read necessarily it out loud. Closer than ever, finding a solution to save my granddaughter. Is this, Darren's? Chrome,
Huh?
does this look familiar? Like, just wondering if Chrome, I don't know if there's any.
Oh, Seeker, you don't remember. We've fought an entity like this before in Darren's laboratory. When we first found Lillian hooked up as a battery, it almost stopped us from leaving.
Is Chrome talking about the Beholder?
Yes.
Seeker knows. Seeker remembers the Beholder.
Okay. I don't know what room you're in because I'm not.
Oh, no. Oh, fair enough. Seeker's. Hello, over here.
Hi, hello.
Hi, come this way, please. No, he just like points to this paper on the desk. Like, I don't know why he calls Chrome in, just being like, Chrome knew, Darren. Like, he reads this like passage out loud about closer than ever to finding a solution to save my granddaughter, and just asks like if this writing, how bizarre it is familiar.
Is he talking about Tell?
Yeah, like if Tooth heard that, he would definitely key on that.
Yeah, so I mean, Seeker said he read it out loud now, so it's in the chat.
Yeah.
Is this prior to going into the Feywild? Like, I'm just asking if Tooth remembers this area.
Yep. Tooth would remember this area.
Awesome.
Oh, you guys were just in here, you peeked out, cast Erupting Earth, and just went back to your studies? Is that what happened?
Pretty much. Exploring now.
Does Chrome have any recollection besides whatever information he was giving before being sent back in time?
I mean, it's not like you're a handwriting expert or anything, Chrome.
Are you sure? I mean,
would
that could have been one of my specialties.
It could have been. Isn't.
I'm
but
just
could
a
have been.
savant.
Yeah. What does it looks familiar to you is like some of the language that is written that like, on some of the parchment. You can't read it, but you seem to recall seeing it before.
Yeah, there's.
Chrome, you would remember you saw like script similar to it, even more recently. And Freyr and Pez would probably also remember when you guys were in that archive of the first ones. The font and script looks very similar to some of the writing that was in that archive.
And Darren's the first one. Secret, I don't think necessarily remembers that, but
It's
Does
come up.
anyone know,
It's come up
how-
since you.
right. But he doesn't remember. Yeah. Gotcha.
Does anyone know how old this paper is?
Seeker casts carbon dating.
Oh, thanks.
If you count the rings on the paper,
It looks newer than look. And Seeker picks up dust paper with dust on it. It's recent.
Lillian looks. It looks like his writing.
Well, it doesn't sound good.
Maybe close.
Do we know where Darren is?
I mean, Pez
Just-
knew the direction. Pez could check
Yeah.
again.
Sure, I'll
We
check
actually did
again.
that out.
Ping that thing.
Yep. In a west-northwest direction from where you are currently.
So that thing says his darker self. That's not
Yeah.
a whole like Lillian situation, right? Where there's multiple Lillians. We don't have multiple, Darrens, right? That's not a thing.
Well, multiple timelines.
It's entirely possible. He could. I mean, it could be interpreted as multiple, Darrens. It could be interpreted as just him going having a bad day and causing a whole bunch of shit, and now he's trying to undo it. I don't know. Anything's possible at this point.
Does Darren have anything of ours? Anything Seeker would remember?
Like possession wise?
An object.
He's got a brand from Pez.
That is not an object.
I don't.
You're asking to see if Darren has anything that you could use locate object on that Seeker would be aware of.
Correct, yeah.
I think not that you guys know of.
Yeah, Seeker hasn't seen him for a long time.
Yep.
Cool. We should search
Search the
more.
place.
Yep.
If he's here, chances are he'll know we're here.
Well, maybe he's waiting for us deeper in the lab.
Yeah, so you guys like,
So, do I get a directional ping on Darren? Has it changed from the direction it was before?
yeah, like when you guys came here, it was south of the inn where you last did it. Now it is like west-northwest.
Got it.
Right, which
Trying to do
is
some triangulation.
out of character, the room where we fought the Beholder.
The first time.
Can't help but notice initiative is still on the screen.
Oh, that actually is just my bad. Here, there you go. Threat averted. So yeah, as you guys kind of continue to search, like Tooth and Lillian seem like particularly like driven, like searching through rooms, like looking for stuff. Tooth, you're probably being maybe like a bit more methodical than Lillian. She's like kind of almost like beside herself, like tearing through things, like throwing papers on the ground, like looking for any like sign.
We got a locked door here.
Yeah.
Was there anything worthwhile in the corpse? I think Vox was turning it over.
Oh, I mean, I guess that depends on your definition of worthwhile. There's lots of metal, there's cables, there's things that don't look natural.
He's looking for gems in particular, like expensive gems. Was there any like gems or anything that were like powering its magic or anything?
Roll me a d20. You're gonna have to roll real high to see if like any of the eyes that focus the beams, all of them inexplicably shattered. It was probably that like giant 7th level magic missile that just decimated all of those gems. Shattered every single one.
Cool.
Not to mention, they make good arrow targets.
There. Then Vox would head towards which direction from Vox can he hear Tooth calling from?
From the west.
Oh yeah, Tooth is using his outside voice for sure.
Yeah, so in order to get through, guys, sorry, that's like just a little alcove, think like water fountain. You want to go this way.
Oh, okay.
This is the room, the one that Vox
Other
just popped
way.
into, where the Fey
The portal used
portal
to be.
was.
Yeah, no evidence of a
anything-
portal here now.
Through there.
Seems like whatever was there is either closed or not active, dormant, something. Just looks like a storage room now.
Like, is anything in this like control room like active?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of the displays seem to be lit.
And they were not on. Nothing here was running last time we were here.
Correct.
What is this? What is on this blinking glass paper? He taps like a monitor. Where there's like words on it.
Yeah, it's written in common. It seems to indicate like a power level, and it seems to be.
Is the power level 9,000?
No, it's actually diminishing. You can see it looks like there's kind of like bars over time, and they're getting lower.
Does anybody know how to open a door that's locked?
Kick it in.
What does the door look like?
It's over
Very
here.
like airlock-esque
So not okay, like metal.
metal.
Do we hear anything?
Roll a
So a
perception
bullet
check.
might release it.
Sorry?
Roll a perception check.
Receiving.
23. You hear that just kind of like muttering, like almost on loop, as you like listen at the door for a moment.
How sturdy do these desks look?
They also are like kind of metal wood mix, pretty heavy duty.
Can we?
Seeker like listens. Oh, sorry, Tooth.
Maybe we could use one of these, like a battering ram or something, on this door.
Say no more.
As Seeker's like listening into the door, he'll like push back with like concern and probably like look at Tooth. He's doing something to her. Right now.
Well, then grab the fucking desk.
Yeah, Seeker like yeah, whatever helps however he can. He like Seeker probably calls out Darren's name.
Can Pez and I grab a desk sort of at the front to kind of give more driving power?
For sure.
Sounds good.
All right, so Chrome or Pez probably makes sense for it to be one of you guys. Roll just strength check at advantage.
Do you have proficiency in that, Pez? Because I think your strength is 20, right?
It is 20, and what is the proficiency?
No one will have proficiency. It's just a strength check. It's just the ability.
Oh, strength check.
You guys don't have proficiency in battering ram? What the hell?
17. Yeah. You guys like grab this desk, like everyone kind of like work at a spot and just like smash this thing into the door. You see like a huge buckle in the door. It definitely gave, but it's not open. As the door kind of like buckles in and it kind of separates a little bit at the bulge, and now those of you with the highest passive perceptions, including Tooth now, hear this being kind of like muttered from the room.
Is there like... Is there any, like... How is this escaping the room? Is there like a rend, or is there like a...
Yeah, there's like a
hole in the
small little like rend where the desk hit the door.
I'm going to step through into the next room.
You're going to, pardon?
Misty step through that hole into the next room.
Okay.
If you want to put me over there.
Yep.
Can Pez and I like wrench at the doors?
And
Since
if
there's a
Seeker
hole?
sees Tooth pop in there, he'll Misty step behind him.
Fuck Jesus Christ! I can't do fancy magic shit. Wait, let me wrench the door open.
Okay, I'll ether walk through.
Okay. Pez ether walks through. You guys just all start fucking yeeting through the door.
Yeah.
Did you really ether walk through the door?
Yeah.
Banging on the door for like 6 rounds.
Has Tooth seen Darren since he's been memory wiped? I don't think so.
Just ghost, Darren.
Yeah, and this is another fully functional.
No. This looks
Death Star?
like entirely like dormant. It's just kind of like floating there. All of the like reticulated tentacles are just like limp, but it's levitating. Like it doesn't look dead.
Okay.
And you see Darren.
What's this?
That looks like a portal.
Oh, that's great news.
You see,
We love those.
You see Darren, but this Darren, especially for like Freyr, Pez, and Chrome, who remember your most recent meeting with him in Osteron, and then inside the lab that you entered through the well. This looks like disheveled. Like his clothes are filthy. His like hair is like unkempt. He looks like dirty. Looks like he might not have slept in weeks, months. Like who knows? And like almost doesn't even notice you like show up as he's like just like working at the machine that he's standing beside.
What kind of vibes is this portal giving off?
I mean, kind of standard portal-y vibes, like not like no particular like ominous or benevolent presence. Just like probably go somewhere.
Seeker just keeps an eye on it, knowing that Tooth is gonna have Darren in his kind of focus.
But we don't see like any kids in the room.
No kids in the room. Lillian is like screaming on the other side of the door, like, "What's going on? What's going on? Who's in there? Is she in there?"
Can I try and wrench the door open?
Sure.
Please.
I'm gonna obviously draw my bow on
help.
Darren.
Chrome with the
And-
door from this side.
Okay. Cool. Go
And
for it.
If I get a bonus,
No,
action,
strength.
I will transfer my
Strength.
hunter's mark.
Check.
Yep. Strength check.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Chrome, you kind of pull just at like a few seconds off of when Pez does, but Pez like it gets you enough just to get your fingers like in the door around the whole door frame, and you like yank, and the door does slide open.
Seeker grips his quarterstaff tight and shillelaghs.
Okay. Hunter's mark gets transferred to Darren. As like the door gets like wrenched open and like you hear this metal on metal grinding, Darren does like turn to like look. What? You? I have to save her. I have to save her. I failed my wife. I failed my daughter. I won't fail her.
Where is she?
She's ill.
What have you done?
It wasn't me. It was me, but different me.
Yeah. at
What are you
this
talking
point, Tooth
about?
is, like having a real hard. You can see like his arm kind of quivering as he's wrestling with the desire to put an arrow in his face.
Yeah. Lillian like rushes into the room and pushes past like rapier in hand, like seething. Sorry, and the question you asked is, what did you do? Someone said, what did you do?
Like when he said like I'm not him, he's not me. Seeker just said like what do you mean? Like more so trying to like get him to speak so that Tooth doesn't put an arrow between his eyes like right away.
Well, you've obviously seen that there's many of my daughter. He like looks at Lillian like visibly like kind of like overcome with emotion. Lillian, I wasn't sure there was any left. There's all of the meddling, all of the changes made branches different versions. Some worse than others.
Where is she?
I'll show you. I think I can save her before it's too late. And he like slowly walks over to the portal and
I wouldn't let him get there unaccompanied.
Yep. He's not like he's making a break for it. He like walks around the beholder. It's like me first or you first. Together then.
I'll step through.
Okay. So assume everyone's following.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who doesn't love a good portal?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
I just heard there was cake.
That's a lie.
You're gonna be disappointed, man.
So, Darren says, I stabilized her for now, but there's not much time left. I've been trying to find a way to keep her with us. He walks through, and you guys all see on the bed
Oh, that's great news.
That can't be good for the machine.
Could have done without the title.
Oh.
Fuck.
So you see this 10-year-old-ish girl laying in this bed, hooked up to a bunch of different machines and, meta-wise, like monitors and things like tracking her vitals. And you can see, Seeker, especially, you notice, it looks a lot like the glass paper that you saw outside the other room, where these bars are just steadily declining, and you can see this energy almost leaking out of her, and just kind of cascading down onto the floor, and you can see the machines are almost trying to transfuse other energy back into her. And Darren looks it. I can't stop it, but I've done what I can to slow it down.
While he's distracted, Pez is right behind Darren. I'm going to slap those anti-magic shackles on his shoulders, on his arms.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh no, Pez.
you throw these on Darren, and you see him kind of recoil, wince, kind of leans over to the side and violently retches onto the floor. I can understand why that might be necessary. You just see him kind of wincing, kind of trying to fight through what those of you who have magic can only assume would be excruciating.
What can we do?
Rayer, take a look at her.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I mean, this. I've never seen anything like this before. But
Can you make can you make a dex save, Freyr?
No, I can't.
Can I move away from Freyr?
Yep, nope.
You take 18 points of force damage as this energy again just washes out of her and hits you like a truck. You can see though, as this just jars your whole body, you can see she doesn't appear to be injured. She's not restrained, she's not bound, and you saw how some of the other Lilians were restrained and contained in the others. This looks very different.
He kind of just looks at Tooth and gives him the old man, I have no idea what's happening to her.
I'd say with a 22, even though you're not a man of technology or high intellect necessarily, you understand the premise of a transfusion, even of energy, because that's very much what happens when you cure people. You put your energy into them, and it looks like that's what's going on, but it just looks like what's going in isn't fast enough to offset what's going out.
Oh, okay.
Would a massive transfusion of energy be beneficial to her?
I mean, you don't know. Are you asking, Darren?
Yes.
He looks up. You. It's been a long time.
Are you the one that sent Chrome back?
I did reactivate one of you to send you back. Oh. That was ages ago to me, though. I guess you must have found your way here back to me somehow. What did you ask?
Will a massive transfusion of energy assist Tell?
I fear that the body is breaking down. The energy, though, You see him kind of like wince again and like fight back like a like wave of nausea. The energy though could help. I haven't been able to spare enough to finish the work.
You said energy is leaving her body as well?
Yeah, that's what, like, it washed out and like
Where is it leaving the body?
it's just like
How?
like emitting out of her, like cascading out, like as if, you know, for lack of a better term, like imagine like, you know, electricity or lightning just like washing out of her body. The bed beside you, the cover. Chrome, you look and there is another bed beside you that has like a cover over something.
I'll flick the cover off.
And you see this.
Ah. What in the iRobot?
What the fuck?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Was that Aska?
No,
What in the fuck is that?
not
Is it
Aska.
Asuka?
That's
What's happening?
Tau 2.0.
Okay, what is that?
Chill. I knew her body wouldn't make it. Tried to find a way to keep her alive inside that. It's
Well-
not unlike him. And he points to Chrome.
What did you do to make her this way? She wasn't this way before, was she? And I asked Lillian.
Lillian's like fighting back tears. She like, you know, waits longer than you would expect to respond, but like kind of gives her head a shake. No, I don't think so. And you know, Darren pipes up. It wasn't me. I saved her from one of the others.
One of the other what?
The other me's.
The other yous.
There's your answer, Cadence.
That's the answer.
Like, one of you was the dead guy on the island, and now you're you. What do you mean the other yous?
I don't know about this island, but just like there are many of her, my daughter, there are a number of me that have done something so impactful it broke us out of the normal flow.
Chrome can give Tooth like the Cliff's Notes version about how he tried desperately to save his wife, multiple timelines going back in time, different outcomes, things like that.
Yeah. Chrome gives you the 30-second brain dump. I saved her. He was trying to still save his wife, my wife. I did that. She lived her life, died, and told me that I had made terrible mistakes and had destroyed and ruined so much, and that I had to make up for it. I've been trying to right those wrongs, but I'm very tired.
When I was pinging for Darren's location. I was only getting one hit, right?
Well, you only tracked one, Darren.
But we know
Okay.
the one you were actively tracking was a bad one.
Am I getting the ping from this Darren?
You are getting the ping from this Darren.
Oh.
But this Darren looks certainly more weathered, especially in terms of like their attire and stuff, than the one that you tracked.
So I established that brand of castigation in Ostron
Mm-hmm.
initially. So this Darren's lived probably many centuries beyond that.
That would certainly be a reasonable assertion.
Well,
So if there are younger Darrens, younger, eviler Darrens, I should be able to trace them too.
I mean, you would have to mark them because they're different.
I've already marked.
No, they're
they
different.
are.
They're different creatures. Like they could be in the same place. They're
This is the one that This is obviously the one that Pez is marked, and
yeah, but
You know-
it's effectively, just to simplify everyone's like nosebleeds. This is
Yeah,
the one
please.
that Pez marked, and Pez marked it from this Darren's perspective hundreds of years ago.
that's what I figured.
okay, where are we now located? We came in through this portal. Where are we?
This is a facility I built on Rizoya.
Where's Rizoya? Does Tooth know where Rizoya is in relation to Pomerty?
You would have heard of it, but like it's like growing up in imagine like an 8-year-old kid's understanding of where like Madagascar was. Like
Got it. Okay, this bed, is it movable?
no, it would be very
Well,
dangerous to move her.
we gotta get her to Alinor's in Pomerty. Maybe a roommate can do something.
She's your daughter. You're welcome to try. But
Well, you said you can't fix her, right?
I can't fix her body. But she could be. What makes her her could be put into that shell.
Into that?
Yes. Like him. And again, he gestures to Chrome.
How? How?
Didn't have the energy before. We do now.
Has Lillian said anything about like her daughter becoming a warforged, essentially?
So, Lillian is like almost like not even like taking this conversation in, just being like so overcome seeing Tell like this. If you're like trying to engage her directly, she, may, but she's struggle busting super hard right now. The how, you said, Seeker? Chrome's power could be enough to complete the transfer.
What happens
How
to
old?
Chrome?
How old does this tell appear to be?
10. Give or take. You say what happens to Chrome, Casey?
Yep. What happens to Chrome if he uses his power to switch Tell into that body?
I honestly don't know.
Can
It doesn't
Scaly
matter.
Dog, can
It doesn't
Scaly
matter
Dog
for.
contribute power?
Lillian just kind of like shakes herself up for a moment. He doesn't have enough left. She like casts her eyes on like Eno Darren. Thanks to you. Darren just kind of like hangs his head.
Well, does this bed that she's on have a power supply? Is that why it can't move?
This facility's power is what's sustaining her. But it is almost gone.
Can we bring Eleanor here?
Yeah, I mean, I can try talking to him, but usually I'm in a forest.
Is there anything we can
Usually-
do? Like channel
I don't
our power, energy into her?
With our powers combined, kind of thing?
Are we? Are we at the same time as our Eleanor? Like, are we in the future? Where are we in the timeline wise?
You are the same when as you were.
That's all I needed to hear. And Freyr's automatically going to fire up a sending spell.
Okay.
Got 25 words or less, guys.
We'll just tell him that we found Tell. She's got some crazy energy problems. She's dying. No one can save her. We need his help.
We're
What-
below Demon's Farthing.
No, we're not.
No,
We're not?
He just told us.
Portals, yeah.
Portals. We are somewhere in. What'd you say, Rosenthal?
But is the portal still open? Like, could he not find us beneath
Sure. You certainly
Demon's
could.
Farthing still?
Okay. All right.
So yeah, you're again. If you look at the world map handout, you're in Rizoya.
Yep.
Continent none of you have ever been to.
Have now.
Yeah, it's true. You have
Seeker
been.
checks it off his travel journal.
Yeah.
Check my power.
Location discovered, Rizoya.
We had a clear.
Fog of War have disappeared.
Hey!
Yeah.
I could go for some gyoza. I should have said gyoza instead of Rosenthal. Such a... Frey, yeah. Next time. Freyr's
Tell
gonna
him not to be a
quickly-
dick.
Hey, man. All right. Freyr will send off a sending message to Eleanor / Arune, which says, "Hi, found Tell. She's dying. Portal under Damon's Farthing. Take it, and you will find us. And her could use your assistance. Don't be a dick."
Okay.
Yeah, that seemed really casual and conveyed all of the emotion and
very
You
excited when I
fucking
send
sent that like secret Reddit.
Yeah. All right, so you get a response back. I assume you're going to relay this to the group, or do you want me to whisper it to you? Your choice.
I'm gonna relay it to the group,
Okay.
unless. Well, yeah,
Unless,
yeah, I would relay.
unless there's a sweet Warhammer on the line.
Thank
He
you.
makes-
Thank you.
If he makes me an offer that I can't refuse.
Yeah. You can tell Tooth this, or
Yeah.
You
I'll
can
give you
ki-
a
if you
Sunfire, Sunfire God Warhammer.
if you kill Tell, I will give you all these warhammers.
Yeah, dude, you will not have a fucking hand. You won't have any use
Yeah.
for that Warhammer.
Your hand will be the
Yeah.
only thing left of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that doesn't burn is your metal hand, bro.
He's still.
Still love you though.
So you get this message, and in but a moment, as soon as I scroll down far enough to find the token,
He's coming.
What are the rules?
You can't violate the Prime Directive.
I
Yeah.
think the gods said they don't save or kill anybody.
Yeah.
you see Alinor
Well-
kind of appear in the room, just kind of like walk out of nowhere, and step up on the table. He's in his halfling form. Well,
What's up?
Okay, well, maybe you can't save her, but like tell us how to save her.
Or give one of us power and then we can like
Like,
This can't all be for nothing. We have to save her.
I think someone needs to explain the situation.
I mean, we were just talking about this, Seeker. You said, that things live and die.
We can still save things, though.
I
Things
Yeah,
that mean
lost,
something to
right?
us, that mean something to the world.
things die naturally. This isn't naturally. She's 10.
We still fight for things. That's the difference. We do it even if we know we won't win.
So, what are you asking?
How do we save her? I mean, I've gone all over the place for all kinds of people to do all kinds of things. This is one more thing. Go to the fire realm, do this, I do it. Go over here, do this, I do that. How do I save her?
See him kind of like hop down off the bed and like stroll over, kind of like has to like look on his tiptoes to even like see Tell. Takes a few steps back, looks at the empty shell.
Does he take lightning damage?
It seems to wash right through him.
Kind of like how my punches didn't connect.
Kind of like that. Tooth. It's this that you want to save. The body and the mind.
Yeah, I just want her to be a little girl, a normal little girl.
Well, I'm not. I don't know that I could fix her, but I can at least get you some more time. Maybe you all can figure out a way to do it.
Well, if that's all you can give us, then we'll take it.
You see Eleanor kind of like look about the room, like locks eyes with you, Tooth, for a long time, fixes his eyes on Lillian. And then you see him like just kind of like grab hold of the like leads that are like feeding into this table. And what was again in that picture that you guys saw, the kind of like lightish colored energy that seemed to be getting like infused versus what was being expelled. You see now that lightish infusion really start to like spread, and now it seems to be at least as prevalent as what's being expelled, and you guys hear almost like a hum as Seeker. You'd probably notice it first, especially because you had like looked. You see those like bars on the vitals just like all start like slowly ticking back up. I can't do this forever, but you all have done, like you said, everything we've asked, and then some. Least I can do is buy you some time. Someone said we sit around an awful lot. Maybe don't get involved as much as we should.
That was me.
Yeah, Vox just kind of casually points. Says, no, I'm just kidding.
I can't fix it. Can't save her. But I'll keep it going like this for as long as I can.
Can you give us a timeline on that?
Kind of like looks at like Eno Darren, looks at Tell, looks at all of you guys. Maybe a month.
Thank you for this. Even if it's not permanent, it's still a big help. Gives us more time.
What can you do in a month? Seeker looks at Darren.
I could can do one of I can either finish the shell so that it's complete and not that, or I can see if I can find a way to transfer a more compatible energy into her that would actually stick and not fade away as fast as it went in. not going to be a lot of those. You'd have to find someone.
What about reversing it?
I don't know that it can be reversed. I'm sorry. Being used in those machines changes people forever. Sounds like it happened to the scaly dog that you have. I'm sure it must have happened to this version of my daughter as well. I know because I put many through it myself.
God, you really are a piece of shit.
How many of you are there? Other ones, I mean.
I know of only 3 others that exist outside of time, like me. There were 4, but no longer.
And how do we
Luther.
kill the other 3?
Well, you just kind of like tries to lift up his hands with like the manacles, and like can tell like he's can't even really lift up his hands. You can't.
What if I try really, really hard?
You
Well,
can.
What happened with the 4th one who doesn't exist anymore?
That's how I saved her.
Then you can kill the others.
Capable. Potentially. Easily, certainly not.
Is this one of those first one has to kill the first one kind of situation?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. She can certainly hurt us, and it takes longer to recover. But the rest of you are ineffective.
Doesn't seem like you can do much with those on.
Can't do much. Still can't die.
Are you sure? I put an arrow in his face.
Yep. You loose an arrow. Easy to hit him. He's restrained. He's not moving. Like, for a second, like, Arunme's, like, looks genuinely shocked. Lillian looks like bloodthirsty. Like, almost like she's relishing in it. You see the Darren like drop to his knees, kind of like crumpled. Ten seconds go by.
Oh, like, does he, like, die? Like,
Yeah, like he drops to the ground.
okay.
15 seconds go by.
If my arrow goes into something, does it come back to me, or do I have to pull it out? It comes back to me?
It comes back to you.
Said. Okay, good.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's that then.
15 seconds.
Wouldn't be so sure.
Yeah.
Oh, is he coming back alive?
Yep.
He's coming around now.
Maybe I didn't hit anything vital. I fire another arrow.
Tooth. I know you want to kill this guy.
Maybe people just haven't killed him enough. Maybe it's like there's a limit.
He's not a cat. He doesn't have 9 lives.
Then what happens to your daughter, Tooth,
Yeah.
if you're successful one of these times?
Well, I don't know. He said he's got to find some body to like contain her energy. Like, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure she wasn't like this the last time I saw her.
What I said, you see him like trying to like get up to his knees, was I can either finish that body or you have to find somebody to transfer a more compatible energy into her.
Yeah, but then you said that there wasn't a lot of those around. So what are we looking for?
A Lillian that hasn't gone through the machine.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're going to transfer the essence of our daughter into a body that is essentially her mother.
No, a transfusion from her mother before all of the experiments.
So suck the soul from her mother to give to the daughter.
No, like a normal transfusion, just of energy. Her mother would be fine. But it would need to be before we lost Absol. Before we went down this road.
You mean before you went down this road?
Yes.
Isn't Lillian a child then herself?
Yes. The
So
oldest
we need
she
to
could be
kidnap
is...
a child, save this child.
The oldest she could be is... maybe 10, 12. After that,
We can't do that to a 12-year-old.
At this point, like, Lillian, like, grabs your arm, Tooth. I would volunteer. 12-year-old me hated him, and if I could save what would be my daughter, I would, and still not die in the process. Even 12-year-old me would make that choice. I'm sure.
Where's 12-year-old you? How do we get to 12-year-old you?
I ran away. I went, I think it was to Osteron. You have to go back and find me there.
Did you have, how old were you when you picked up those scimitars?
It was around then.
Because I might be able to find them. how old are you now?
So you're like, for a moment, like, give you this, like, look.
Tooth, you never ask a woman her age, even
Gotta
I know
figure
that.
out how far back we gotta go.
Dude, that's your life, man.
I'm 35 now.
So we gotta go back.
You can do it.
35 minus 12. Who's got it?
It's 23, Tooth. It's 23.
Okay. So how do we get back 23 years to Osteron?
Well, I'm a little occupied at the moment with this all situation, but don't y'all have a potential engagement in a couple days?
What's the engagement? Just
The
remind Lucas.
Council of Gods.
The Elemental Conclave,
Oh,
That-
yeah.
where
Well, if we get that back, we're going to have 23 years to get there. So who cares?
I think he's saying like the elementals could probably help us travel back in time. I'm assuming that's what he's getting at, Tooth.
that's the one.
Well, then why didn't you just say so? We don't have time for riddles.
It wasn't. You know what, Tooth? You've had a day.
So we're going to go to this conclave and get them to send us back in time to Osteron to find 12-year-old Lillian to bring her back here. I mean, sure. Why not?
Sounds easy as pie.
And you'll have to return her
Hey,
after.
pie.
And then we'll have to what? Return her back?
You'll have to take her back after.
Okay.
That's a lot
Well-
of time travel.
You could probably help us take her back at that point, right? I mean, I don't want to have to wait around for another elemental conclave.
You asking a roommate?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm not doing this, I'll help you get the little girl back.
Okay. So how long is it going to take us to get to that conclave?
Conclave happens in 5 days from now, ostensibly.
Yeah, no, Tooth is just wondering, like, how do we get there? Do we need to travel
Oh.
now? Should we be booking an Uber? What's going on?
Yeah, Freyr has to let Azraja know if you're attending via sending. The details of how you got there hadn't been described yet.
Tooth will turn to Lillian. Are you going to stay here and keep an eye on this fucking asshole? Pointing to, like gesticulating to, Darren.
Yeah, I think I'll keep an eye on him and stay with the daughter. Maybe I'll kill him a few times.
Yeah. I mean, he likes to experiment. I think you should too. Maybe feed him to Scaly Dog. Maybe that's the secret.
Like a roommate is just like still like infusing the bed, like just like shaking his head at this. So am I, and this is, Darren, am I correct then that you want me to proceed with the transfusion route and not the shell?
Yeah, we want to proceed with the transfusion route.
If it, for whatever reason, if it fails, the shell will remain an option, but it will be as it is, will not be finished.
Well, that's fine. I mean, what's she gonna do in that? What kind of life is she gonna lead? Who's she gonna date? Plate mail here? And I gesticulate the Chrome.
You okay, Chrome?
Chrome isn't saying anything. He's
Chrome's eyes are
glaring.
moving.
No, he's glaring at Tooth.
Darren, quick question. Is one of the 3 Darrens that currently exist a direct one that was from the original, like 3,000 years ago, that city?
I mean, we all are.
So you're all just like branched off? You have the same memories and stuff?
There was events and choices that were made that were so fracturing that it split the flow of time. I think I am furthest along in that I completed my work to save Avsol, and I did, returned her to life. We lived together. I returned her to health, I should say, not life. We had our life together. We're happy, but she never forgave me for what price that life brought. And her dying wish was to see the fruits of my madness undone. That, for me, was 200 years ago.
Does that mean a new Darren is created every time you have a traumatic experience?
Not just trauma, but if I have done something or changed something significant enough, especially in the past.
We should give each names, different names.
Also, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Yes, there is too much to do here in the present to be concerned about the past anymore.
Now, I thought we had established that Lillian was a first. Or was it a particular version of Lillian that was a first?
No, you guys just
Lillian.
called her Lillian Prime.
Okay.
Lillian is not a first one. She is the offspring of a first one and a very regular mortal.
Right.
Yeah. So
Well, we know that
was
guy in the
what?
desert.
one quarter first one.
Yeah.
Tells a fourth one.
We know that guy in the desert has been waiting for us for 3,000 years.
Aldred?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, forgot about him.
Yeah, who's this asshole?
He was
I can't remember.
he was effectively like a leader within the Darklings.
Yeah, and then obviously all the Darklings we've encountered are also first ones, and then Lillian's brother, what's his face?
Tamar.
But I don't think have we met Tamar in this campaign?
You did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Specifically,
Yeah.
you had a whole conversation with him.
man.
Yeah.
Look, everything's bleeding together. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. All the blood is dripping out of our noses and just pooling into one
Yeah.
puddle.
Yeah.
Tamar is the reason Caden's got a vision of Chrome shoving people into a portal.
Right.
which she doesn't remember.
No.
Say she doesn't remember that.
So what we're gonna do, I think, is we'll take a quick pause in bio and snack break here.
Pause for the cause.
Come back in 5 or so, and we'll see where things continue to unfold.
Can't wait.
Bring it on.
Gonna be good.
This is a
I'm
lot.
telling you.
Yeah.
Nothing better after a Monday at work than just some lighthearted D&D with my friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad that you get the levity and enjoyment out of it that I do.
It's super good.
Yep. All right, guys. See you in a few. And we're back. All right. So, when we last left off, you guys had kind of confirmed with Darren to like abandon finishing the shell for a potential transfer into from Tell into this shell. In favor of focusing on trying to refine a kind of transfusion process from a younger, unexperimented on Lillian into Tell to provide a more stable form of the energy so that she could continue to live in the body she has. Eleanor, swayed by your deeds and your words, has agreed to be a battery pack, and he figures he can probably keep it up for about a month. To put that in perspective, that kind of should give you guys at least a sense for the like level of power that is being like churned through by Tell. Also, the comparative amount of power this facility seems to have available. So, that, kick it back over to you guys.
So we have 5 days.
Yeah, 5 days until the conclave.
Did you RSVP, Frere?
I that would be the next step. I can let Adirondack know that we'll be in attendance at the party, and then I can request directions to the venue, if you will. I mean, I guess that no time like the present, so Freyr will queue up another sending.
Perfect. Sending to Azaraja.
Azaraja, hi.
Here Adirondack.
Freyr here. We have decided that we will attend the elemental conclave that is happening. Please advise on location. Hope you are well.
How do we get there?
Once I get the venue, we can put two and two together.
Location and
Do we have to put in like a deposit to save our spot, or that's just
She'll give me the details, guys.
Okay.
You do have to choose chicken or beef, though.
Oh fuck! I don't eat.
No vegetarian option.
Not for nothing, but you putting two and two together, is that like you letting a blacksmith apprentice put a phoenix egg and a dragon egg together? Is it like that? Maybe
I didn't
you might
let
wanna
him.
ask her.
I didn't. For the record, I told him not to let it hatch. It's not my fault that guy was an idiot.
Fox walks over and tries to give Tooth a high five if he accepts it.
I love how Box is like, huh?
He's happy to
Just
see
had his
this,
bow
like,
drawn still.
he's got this like he's happy to see this is picking up traction.
Yeah.
At least you didn't do the awkward thing that food service workers have to do, where we high five with like our forearms because our hands can't touch.
So a minute goes by, Freyr, after you cast sending.
A minute, wow.
Yes, of course. So happy you've chosen to attend. The ceremony is always held in the plane most opposite the newly ascended Lord. So this will be in the elemental plane of water.
Thank Christ. I was like, oh fuck, this is a riddle. Hey guys, it's gonna be in the plane of water.
Oh,
the place that we
the
yeah.
The last words that come through are, "We will handle transport."
Oh, perfect. Guys, we're going to the plane of water. They're gonna look after our transportation.
They're sending a limo.
You sending something.
Sorry, I said anything.
But now we got 5 days now.
What do we do until then?
Fire arrows at Emo Darren.
Oh, all right. Like Freyr's gonna like separate, Darren into like two at this point. Be like, stop.
Well, Seeker asked.
I don't blame him, Freyr.
I don't blame him either. And I would if I was in his shoes, I'd be doing it too. But that's not healthy.
What's a few dozen deaths when you're immortal?
Are we going to leave the anti-magic shackles on Eno Darren?
Yeah.
If you want any work done.
Does Pez have to take them again? Because, him being around us and the whole, getting sick when you're within 15 feet thing is getting old.
Well, we don't want them stolen on us.
Yeah, I think we should.
They may still
hang on.
come in handy.
You're
More
leaving me
Darren's
with a god and a very, very angry daughter. I think,
but you can't be killed.
Yeah, but he can be hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Look, the gods hath no wrath like a woman scorned, and I'm pretty sure she's scorned.
As you say this, you watch especially Freyr, as you kind of separate Tooth and Darren, you watch as you kind of come over and be like, yeah, I wouldn't blame him. You just see Lillian kind of duck under your arm as you kind of move Tooth back and drive both of these blades up under Darren's armpits, back out through his chest.
Yes.
And she just rips them both down. You see this splash of blood out behind Darren as he instantly crumples to the ground.
Chrome gestures broadly in that direction after what he said.
30 seconds go by. A minute goes by. Two minutes.
Maybe there is some first one in you after all.
It's been a long 15 seconds, guys.
He seems to be struggling here.
Seems quite cathartic, though.
Well, maybe take the manacles off.
You got us, Darren. Nah, you can get up now. You got us.
Pez, take the shackles off, I think.
Okay, we'll take the shackles off. Don't forget, he can time stop and teleport away.
Yeah, we got a god over here.
I think this Darren is actually trying to help us. I don't
trying to help.
After centuries of ruining everything.
You can't fucking put her in that thing. Are you kidding me? She's gonna go to school and the kids are gonna call her Tell the Shell. There's only so many parents I can beat the shit out of.
You're not wrong. That thing is haunting. And we aren't gonna let him put her in that. But I'm not excusing what this guy did in the past, but at this moment he is trying to help us help her.
And that's why he's not at the bottom of the ocean.
Exactly.
Because he can keep coming back, but I hope he's thirsty.
So another minute, 2 minutes goes by.
At this point, Tooth isn't even looking at him. Tooth doesn't even give a shit. Tooth is just sort of trying to be with Tell.
Mm-hmm.
Careful, she'll shock you.
Can Vox check Darren's body for any expensive gems?
Quick ransack the place.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
As he's non-responsive.
Can I take it?
Ryan,
Smoke like a true Thanwyn.
your link is showing actually.
I'm gonna take an advantage. Yeah, let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
All them gems.
You don't find any gems. You do, however, find what looks like a notebook. It's on the inside, now very much stained in blood, kind of breast pocket of this robe that Darren was wearing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it was like a notebook, Fox would probably flip in a page or two and just try to get a gist of what's in this notebook.
It looks like a journal. As you flip through, it's got lots of writing in it. And you kind of recognize at least the format of dates at the tops of some of the pages. But you can't read the language.
Vox will kind of sorry, go ahead.
It doesn't look like any language that you've seen, other than you saw some scraps of it in that other room.
Okay. Vox will kind of hold up the journal as he's just finishing up checking Darren out. I don't mean to sound like a teenager who just found their sister's diary, but I found Darren's journal and I can't read it. Is anyone else read this?
Pass it around.
Yeah, Vox hands it out to whoever will come take it from him as he's he's just putting Darren I'm sure his jacket and stuff would have been roughed up, just kind of putting him back type thing.
Prayer will take the journal first.
Yeah, you can't read it.
Do I recognize what I recognize the language as being
obviously
I don't know it, but
you would recognize it from the archive. It looks like that language.
It's the stuff from the archives.
Okay, Arun May, can you read it out loud?
Yeah.
Freyr will hold it up for you.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm already bending the rules. What's reading some currently dead guy's journal?
I'm not going to tell anybody.
Neither is the dead guy.
Well,
is he still dead?
Yeah, it's been about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Do we see any blood pooling or anything? I'm sure he's still in a big pool of blood.
Oh yeah,
gone away. He's still just.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Nope, no big deal. Just making sure.
So, Frey, you're holding this journal up, Tooth mentioned to Arun May.
Yeah.
Well, shit. That's before me. Well, kind of always. I mean, I guess that lends some credence to the nonsense you were talking, Seeker, about that whole Satera guy before us. Because, well, shit, this stuff all happened before us. Well, something about, kind of just day to day. He's going through civilizations, really growing. He's doing a bunch of research into time and magic. There's talk of some dissidents don't agree with kind of the whole way their civilization works. Oh wait. Oh yeah, there's a war apparently broke out. Sounds real bad. I mean, I'm sure Lomasar would have been busy, but oh no, shit, this is before her too. Lots of people dying. His sounds like someone he knew got hurt real bad. an Uranus fella. He is still good. You want me to keep going?
Loraris, we know him. It's
No,
his cousin.
not Loraris.
I'm glad you spelt it because I heard fur anus and I was going with it.
Yeah.
Uranus Morissette.
Keep it going, or you.
Yeah, keep going.
Isn't it ironic?
Is he?
Yeah.
It's been about 10 minutes now, and Darren's still lying on the ground.
I mean, whatever. If he's dead, he's dead. Like, if he gets up, he gets up.
Well,
If you know Darren is dead, then so will tell. She will also die.
Okay, Chrome, we weren't going to worry about that just now. We were going to save that for later.
There's more
for
Darren
after
still.
Lillian calms down.
If he's
But
dead,
thank
there's
you.
nothing anyone can do about it. He's been dead for 10 minutes now. It's well past the point of no return for anything I can do. So,
Sorry, T-Pain, do you want to say that again?
we got it. Your internet
Shot
went a
a-
little robot-y, but we got you.
Darren's on a boat.
So, May's like, well, okay, this Uranus guy sounds like he and Darren were kind of besties. He,
this fucker had a best friend.
yeah, that's what it says. The Casey's internet has decided to leave the building. Oh, you're back. You're good. You're back for now. I can see you moving. You're fine. But yeah, he had a bestie. Well, he looks through. Oh yeah, he thought his friend wasn't gonna make it. He didn't want to lose him. He oh.
Share with the class.
What was that, Daft Punk?
Well, he decided to use his knowledge and magic and the I guess technology that they had back then to not lose his friend.
Which friend?
Uranus.
And what did you do to Varanus?
Give me insight checks from everybody.
So, his wife wasn't the first person he tried keeping alive? Yeah. Fat 9.
Why did I get a +2 to that?
You're bolstered, so I bet
I shouldn't be.
it thinks you're bolstered still.
It
I
does.
wonder if Uranus became Chrome.
Vox looking at Eleanor as he is like kind of recounting this tale. He is spending an awful lot of time in this moment, like looking at Chrome.
Vox will try to like look over at Chrome and get his attention, like, hey, like just give him like a nod and kind of look over and towards Eleanor and be like and then give him the head shake of like going on, like why is he staring at you type thing.
I rolled a 3. I don't know if I would even notice that.
You'd notice Vox trying to get your attention.
Like waving his arms over the corner. What?
Well, shit. Normally I'd kick back and get a drink, but that's apparently out of the question.
Here's a drink. I'll pass over my flask.
Yeah, he's like leaning out with his mouth. He's like,
Oh, she forced it in.
Give him a little sippy straw.
Thanks, Cadence. Well, I think the the only way to say it is kind of just to rip off the Band-Aid. Brome, it says you're that Uranus fella in one of them shells.
That's
What?
but Chrome has always been Chrome.
Does
See-
that mean Chrome is a first?
You see Eleanor like keep reading. There was a bit of a complication, I guess, when he did the transfer, and your memories of everything got lost.
And then he used him as like a genocidal figure in the olden days. Jeez.
you see
That's
like
well before.
Freyr, flip some more pages. You see, like, Freyr like, turn some pages quickly, I assume. Eleanor's like, well, apparently Uranus kind of was doing that same type of work beforehand. So, well, shit. Yeah. Boy. Well, I gotta focus on this. You see, like, Alidor seemed to, like, put his head down, like, look intently at the table where his hands are.
Oh God.
Is Darren still dead?
It's been about 20 minutes.
So maybe I should take those magic shackles off.
You already
See if
did.
You should have taken them off a long time
take
ago.
the Okay.
Shackles off?
Yeah.
I took them off.
You already did.
Yeah.
Prayers. We should check for a pulse.
Check for a pulse. Okay.
You're
do
very
that on the
robotic.
Yeah, but I got it. Check for a
Easy.
pulse. No pulse. Seems pretty dead.
Isn't this okay?
Calls out
Not the
there's-
worst thing.
There's no gems either.
There's no gems either.
I didn't realize if I took like 80% summoning spells, they would all require really cool key items that I have to go track down. I'm on the hunt.
Better or worse? Same.
Around the 30-minute mark, as you guys just kind of like continue to check things out, you start to see, Darren start to like move a little bit.
Cadence has been squatting beside him, like poking his face, so she'll notice.
Poking.
Ow. Yep.
We wondered if you'd like actually died.
No, just takes a lot longer when it's one of her. Ugh.
shackles back on.
Pez, he's not going to be able to help. Shackles.
Oh, okay, but we don't want him to get away.
I think Lillian's going to prevent that.
Okay.
I got a feeling. I know where I'm going to put my money.
You hear Eleanor pipe up. If he tries any thing to get out of here real quick, I'll keep him here, and I'm sure she can deal with it after that. In for a penny, in for a pound, as they say. You see, Darren kind of like slowly pick himself up with the like shackles removed. You can see like there's still like gaping wounds like in his chest from the blades. Ugh. Those will take a bit to heal. Ugh. Had it coming, I suppose.
This is gonna do a lot just to avoid eye contact with him right now, in hopes that he doesn't know that he rifled through all of his shit.
Yeah.
Did you put the journal back?
No, we kept it. Freyr's got it at this point.
Yeah, no, it never came back to me, so no.
He hasn't noticed.
I just hopefully we stop reading it aloud, so he's not like, oh hey, that's my journal.
Yeah. Lillian looks at you,
Yeah.
Tooth. So, what's the plan then? Elemental conclave or something in 5 days?
Yeah, we're gonna go to this elemental conclave and persuade them to send us back in time to Osteron, right? 23 years when you were 12. Then we're gonna have to explain to you then what the plan is and bring you back here. So is there something that only you would have remembered when you're 12 that we can use as some kind of like, hey, we're not full of shit and trying to like sneak a 12-year-old girl in a gunny sack out the back door? Because I feel really dirty. Also, Darren, you might want to put something on those wounds, like acid or fire.
Yeah. I'll get right on that. Lillian looks at you though and she's like, yeah. Give her this. She like reaches into like a pocket and pulls out what looks like a small like figure, kind of like a small, almost like a carving, looks like not a doll but like a small like figurine. Looks just like a pretty plain looking like female figure. You can only tell female because it has like long hair.
Is it carved out of wood?
Looks almost like one of those like soap rock type carvings. Like, this was the last thing Mum made for me before she got really sick. She used to make better ones, but this one, that's why there's not much detail. But I kept it.
Okay, and while we do that, you're going to stay here and make sure that, Darren stays on task.
Yeah, I'll get to keep an eye on and stay with Tell too.
Yes, well, that's the most important job.
Okay, yeah. Chrome, you guys see Chrome kind of like scoop Darren up to his feet. And
I understand your anger, Tooth and Lillian, but perhaps revenge on Darren slows the process of helping your daughter. He was dead for quite some time.
You're not wrong.
See, like, Darren, as you help him to his feet, kind of like reach out like an arm and kind of like steady himself off of your shoulder, Chrome. Thank you. There's apparently much to do now. You all don't have to trust me. You don't have to like me. I don't like myself.
Oh, well. Thank Arunme for that.
You're welcome.
I knew. I was hoping that was going to happen.
But I will do my best to make this work. I can't undo what I've done, but I can try and atone for it.
Can you tell us how to locate the other Darrens?
I suspect they will seek out places like this, facilities left from the time of the first ones of Encourage, when we spread across the entire world. These places make it much easier to conduct the research that I did over the years. I suspect you've located several of them so far.
Can you write down descriptions of how to get to these other locations?
Well, one, I believe you are familiar with, exists underneath Osteron. There is this locale. There is a facility beneath the house I had where Lillian was born, beneath the barn. There is the remote island. Far in the Sea of the North.
Sorry, what's useful there?
These are some of the locations of the facilities I have used over the years, where the other Enodarans may also take shelter.
We're familiar with a few of those.
Yes.
We haven't been under Darren's barn, have we?
Have not.
No.
What are we gonna do for 5 days?
Well, my original plan was to shoot Modern a whole lot, but I guess we're not doing that now. So
No, we're not going to do that.
Have you, pardon the presumption, have you considered perhaps preparing to go to the elemental plane of water, was it?
I mean, what do we need to prepare for? Like, I don't know.
yeah, I mean, it sounds like Freyr's already got his flippy floppies.
Yeah.
We can practice our breathing exercises.
Did we get a boat? Is there like a portable boat? canoe.
Well, she said the transportation would be arranged for her, so I assume that they're going to provide a canoe.
Okay.
Can any of you, any of you guys do
Yeah.
water walking?
Something about a canoe.
Yeah, you're getting a boat.
They're gonna take care of transporting us. She said.
Chrome knows from experience that Freyr can cast water walk.
Yeah. Trick being, I think at least given what you saw of the Fire Realm, what Freyr saw from that dream, it's like it's at least potential that like water walking might not be like entirely sufficient for like preparedness for the elemental plane.
Water breathing may come in a little more handy.
Yeah.
Seeker can throw down some water breathing.
I just realized the only people that remember that Chrome tried to drown Freyr is Freyr and Chrome.
Really? Oh no.
Yeah, nobody remembers.
Well, I mean, those would be the two most important people to remember.
Yeah. Because that was shortly before Thengus exploded.
Yep.
Cadence lost her memory even before all that happened, so did Seeker and so did Tooth, and then Thanwyn is gone. So the only people left in that situation was Chrome and Freyr.
Oh, and Thaddeus is gone.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Thaddeus, that's right. So Shannon, Cadence has no recollection that we did not wake her up before the boat exploded, and she almost
It's
died.
true. Yep.
Yep. You've
She
always
can't
been
hold that against you.
You've always been a valued member of the party, woken up whenever they needed you.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a little bit confused as why we're so adamant about waking you up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Um,
that's the
Someday
best
someone will
callback
explain.
ever.
Yeah. So
Like aggressive shoulder shakes.
Yeah. you have 5 days. If it will
7 days.
make you feel better, you can put arrows and blades in me for that whole time, but that will delay my work. And in the end, will change nothing. Perhaps there are better ways to spend the time you have. If my long and very much a wasted life has taught me nothing, it's that having the time isn't enough. It's what you do with it.
Do you have any contraptions, devices that can help us live in the water realm?
No, I've not had need to travel there.
You mean you
Sounds-
haven't developed a rebreather?
Again, I have a fairly adept control of magic, as it seems like your friends do as well. So yeah,
Gillyweed.
Gillyweed, definitely Gillyweed. You guys, I think at least Freyr, Pez, Freyr and Chrome, anyways, would definitely know in terms of the proximity of that house to Pez would remember too, I guess, of the proximity of that house and barn to Pomerty. So if you were to end up back in Pomerty, you would be fairly close to that house.
Would if it was described, would Tooth know of it?
Is that where we?
Killed Omira.
Yeah.
That's where you, first met Statera, like did the chalice ritual with the egg.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's been a pretty
The whole
pivotal
thing with
episode.
Absol. Yeah.
Yeah. But that is, you know, 4 hours ish outside of Pomerty. But what you do with your days, you got 5 of them.
Well, do we want to track down the other Enodarans before the conclave or after?
No. No. I can't afford any of us to get hurt. The priority is Tell. And then we'll have lots of time after.
Yeah, you also, based on what Enodaran said, even if you wanted to, the only one that's close enough is the one under the barn. The others are too far to get to. If you're trying to stay... Excuse me. If you're trying to stay in the general area of Pomerty, that one's the only one that's close enough.
We should just lay low and learn what we can for these days.
Read more of that journal.
We should have a drinking party one of those days.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
We deserve it.
We deserve it every day.
Is Tell still giving off the electrical, all that stuff?
Yeah, it's lessened in its like severity. It's almost like the infusion of energy almost seems to like keep it at bay or like contain it. It's still present, but it seems like extremely diminished.
Is Tell speaking?
No, she's mechanically she's incapacitated.
Tooth is just going to go over and, you know, place his hand on her cheek and caress her cheek and run his fingers through her hair. And he won't, like, if there's electrical, you know, shocks, he'll just take it. He won't care.
Yeah, it's not painful anymore. It's not doing like damage. It's unpleasant, but like you said, you're toughing it out.
Yeah, and what he's basically trying to do is he's trying to like see if there's like some kind of connection, right? Like right now, he's angry and upset because, you know, she's a little girl who's, you know, gonna die potentially for things completely out of her control, right? So he's got that feeling of morality, but he doesn't have that, you know, fatherly sort of connection. You know, and he's just kind of searching. Like, he believes Lillian that that's his kid, you know, and he believes everyone that what they've told him. But I mean, belief can't sort of generate, you know, feelings. So he's trying to search.
Okay, so this is interesting. So what I want you to do is, I want you to roll for me a religion check at advantage. And as you're kind of doing this, I heard a roll, but I don't see any rolls.
I didn't roll yet.
Oh.
No, it's Seeker.
Oh, okay. You feel kind of like Lillian like reach out and like grab your other hand, and what that is going to do is it's going to add 3 to your roll.
Okay, let's give her a spin. So 18.
Okay, so with an 18, you know, are just, you know, comforting this, trying to be there and present for this, you know, objectively dying girl being sustained right now by a god. And as you're kind of trying to maintain or find this connection, something more than the words that Lillian's told you and that Freyr and Pez and Chrome have tried to, relate. You see Arun May with his hands at the end of this bed, this energy flowing through him, washing over Lillian, or washing over Tel, sorry. And his eyes kind of lock with yours for a moment, and you see this kind of glisten in his eye as a single tear kind of rolls down his cheek, and you feel some fraction of this infusion that is washing over Tel just kind of roll up your hand and arm as you kind of run your hand along her the side of her face, through her hair, on her shoulder, hold her hand, and you feel this flood of memories start to just wash over you as Arun May shows you what that version of your future was like. You remember the years spent searching for your friends after the incident with the chalice. You remember the loneliness, the feeling of defeat, the only one there for you, the Lillian that you saved. And that relationship and that, connection with her, the only familiar in a now world devoid of everything and everyone Tooth held dear, growing and blossoming into this, romance and eventually this life together with her. And the overwhelming and immense joy when you found out that Lillian was pregnant with Tel. And the day Tel was born, you racing in from outside, beside yourself with what you were even meant to do, as Tel told you it would be fine, or as Lillian told you it would be fine, got you calmed down, and kind of talked you through it. And the first few years of your life as a small little family together, reading Tel's stories and playing games with her, throwing her up in the air, teaching her about nature, about animals, and about your friends that you lost. And all of that comes flooding back to you and hits you like a brick. You still don't remember anything from your wish point forward, but you now have all of your memories for your life with Lillian and Tel.
You guys see Tooth take this really sharp inhale of breath, and his knees kind of buckle, and he just sort of drops to the floor. And he says, I should have been there. I should have been there. and he just kind of sort of kneels at the foot of at the side of the bed.
Prayer
Pretty
would
defeated.
come over. Prayer would come over and kind of put a hand on his shoulder, and not say anything, but just kind of comforting touch, I guess.
Are you okay, Tooth? Lillian looks down at you.
I remember all of it. Well, I mean, I remember us.
What? Really?
Yeah. I remember looking for Freyr and Seeker, never finding them. I remember you and I remember having Tel. And I remember walking out. I'm so sorry. I should have been here.
You see, those of you watching, it's pretty evident. This Lillian has been dialed up to 11 the whole time you've seen her. This burning intensity and unchecked rage. And in this moment, you just see all of that just melt away as she drops to her knees and just throws her arms around Tooth. You're here now. We'll save her.
There's a whole bunch of you and a whole bunch of him. I wish there was a whole bunch of me, because I just can't be everywhere.
There are Tooth.
I want to be everywhere.
You just see her kind of nod at you, kind of knowingly. One was always enough. We never needed more.
I'm gonna go to Osteron. I'm gonna come back with you, younger you. I promise.
I know you will. We'll get her back. Darren, Chrome, everyone else watching this exchange with Tooth and Lillian, probably if you're watching Darren during this, give me an insight check, Chrome.
Oh boy, I'm great at those.
21 player advantages, just saying.
I'll take an advantage. Didn't matter.
Okay. Looking at Darren, he watches this exchange for maybe 10 seconds, and then you see him kind of almost look like he tears his eyes away, and focuses on the screen and the monitor near him. With an 11, you can't really get much of a read on it, but seems like it was upsetting.
So what's the plan? For 5 days, what do we do?
Well, I'm gonna go drinking with Cadence at least one day.
Cheers. Another day to get water supplies?
Well, I want to see what's in the vicinity of this facility. We've never been to this continent before. We can at least scope it out, look around.
We should tread lightly. This we've never been here before, so we don't know what's out there. And while curiosity is gonna probably get the better of us, it could also kill us. And we don't want to die during the next 5 days.
Can we leave the room?
And the portal in the next room still, I think.
The portal.
There's another door.
The portal goes back to
Right.
the other facility.
We don't have to go back to the portal. There's
Yeah, there is an
more
exit
more
to this room.
facility. Darren, what else is there in this facility? More beholders?
No, this facility was ostensibly a hospital built during the war. Seen better days,
Well?
but still far better than any facilities that exist today.
Why don't we find ourselves some medical kits? Some tools that we can take along? Freya, that might help with your medicine checks.
Is there anything here we can use? Darren. Anything nearby?
You got any healing potions?
That one.
I suspected that might be something you'd be interested in. Seem to recall you ransacking a similar facility when you got that hand.
What hand? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
You see Darren kind of like limp over to the other side of the room and access this machine in the corner. You see him hold out his like hand up to the screen, and after a moment he like taps the screen a few times, and he comes back with a handful of what looks like red capsules.
It's a potion replicator.
Are they the small ones or the big ones?
They are the small ones.
Okay. How many are there?
There are 4 of the capsules in his hand.
Guys, I have so many drugs.
There's one other thing that may come in use, especially knowing you and your friends. And he stumbles over to this small cart between the tables, and like reaches inside, pulls out something. It looks to be almost like a tablet, like stone tablet, not electronic tablet. And you can see that it has more of that writing that you guys don't read, but it looks familiar, at least to a few of you. This will return someone to life if they have only recently passed.
Yoink.
It will only work once.
So it's essentially like the amulet of Revivify or something in stone tablet form.
Yep.
Okay. Tablet of Revivify. I will tuck that safely into my bag, hoping to hell I'll never need to use it.
Darren, while he's here, like, kind of replaces the sheet over top of the shell. He looks to you, Tooth, and Lillian. I hope you are successful and we won't need this, but I will keep it here just in case. I have much to do now.
All right. Well, what's it going to be, folks? Back through the portal or out the front door?
We're safer where it's familiar. We
I
should
agree.
prepare. There will be time to explore.
Can we get to the other facilities? Are there other portals to the other facilities from just like this one?
I made this one as a means of having somewhere to research while still keeping an eye on her. She needed to be here, and my research isn't. The portal will not stay open indefinitely and not to other locations, but we can always reopen it, but it only will go to one point at a time. The other facilities all have comparatively easy access from the surface in your time. This facility, he kind of like gestures around, is by far the most remote and most difficult to access. That's why I expended the energy to make the portal.
Makes sense.
Can the others access this place?
They could. Though I suspect if they are, as I was, their focuses are different currently. I had no need of this facility during those times of my life.
We better hope it stays that way.
I suspect with the... He kind of like looks over his shoulder at Lillian. The two of us, we could at least repel, if not overcome, an uninvited guest.
So we're heading back to Parmody, I guess?
We know what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Youth will stay until you're ready.
I'm ready. My character sheet, when you make a character a Fey Wonder Ranger, you start with a Fey Wild Trinket.
Mm-hmm.
I've decided that it's going to be a pine cone that's sort of been dipped in some kind of like opalescent silver.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take it out and I'm just going to open Tel's hand and just place it in her hand and close her hand on it.
Cool. Yeah, so as you place this pine cone in her hand, the energy that's still like washing out of her, though at a much reduced pace and not exceeding what's being put in anymore, almost like tingles and arcs between the pine cone and your fingers as you like let go, and as the kind of energy crackles, the pine cone almost like has now like a persistent glow. It's just kind of like cascading this like refracted light almost like about the room as you like close her hand onto this pine cone again.
And I'll pull Lillian into a hug, and I'll tell her, this time I won't fail. And I'll give her a kiss on the forehead, and I'll just hold her for a minute.
She like looks up at you after like a second. You didn't fail. You're just really late.
Oh, I promise I'll be on time.
I know.
And after about a minute, I'll turn to the group. We should get going.
Okay. So you guys kind of start gathering your stuff to leave. Darren shouts out, I'll start working and I'll keep working on this until you get back. Remember, Lillian, that none of us have captured. She can't have gone into the machine.
Got it.
If she has, the procedure will probably kill her. So be sure.
Got
I
it.
give him sort of a look that conveys, you're unkillable, but I'm super creative, and I just hold that look for like a 2 count.
What is that look exactly?
Yeah, what does that look like?
I know, but I feel like Lucas is going to be practicing it in the mirror tonight, and I'm going to get it first thing in the morning.
That 1,000-yard stare peeking out from my Cro-Magnon forehead.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys start to make your way back out through the portal. Find yourself back in the kind of ransacked, dilapidated office. Is there anything you guys are doing on there, or do you want me to?
Before they step through the portal, like
Okay.
Seeker would just like put his hand on Tooth's shoulder, and just say, "Whatever it takes." And then he'll just like pause for a brief moment, and then he'll walk forward, like they don't have to say anything or make eye contact, and then Seeker will just kind of walk through the portal, giving like Tooth like the last kind of moment in the room or whatever.
Okay. Everyone else just heading through?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So, Chrome. What's Chrome up to?
Chrome would have probably stayed
Screw.
behind a little bit longer than everybody else to talk to, Darren.
Okay. So everyone else kind of heads through. You lag back a bit. Probably Tooth is probably the last person to head through before you. So you're still here. Everyone else has gone through.
Yep.
Darren, Tell, Lillian, and Arudme still here. You'll
It's not-
forget something?
Chrome just wanted information.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, back to the table. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if I'm able to with like the whole stuff passing through them, but he would like give a roommate like a pat on the shoulder as you walk by him.
Yeah, you can.
It's sort of like it's all right, buddy.
Yeah, your hand passes right through his shoulder.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
He looks at you though. He like gives you like the nod, like.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like role played out. He would just ask him information about who he was, like what happened, how he came to be who he is.
Yeah. So as you start just like pose a question, I'll give you some of the like detailed write up later. He's like,
Yeah.
Like kind of like pats his like chest. Just like shakes his head.
You were dead for quite a while, and the people I travel with are very curious, sometimes to their detriment.
Yeah. She has that effect on us. You were my friend, my best friend. And you fell, or should have fallen, in the war. And I didn't want to watch you die when I could stop it. You said your work wasn't done. So I did this to help you finish.
Is this what I would have wanted?
I don't. And when you're saying this, you mean like the Chrome Warforged existence?
Yeah.
You knew what the procedure was, but there's parts of you that are like him, but there's a lot that's new, that's Chrome, I guess. The loyalty and determination that's Uranus, but you're not as cold and calculating. You might not be flesh and blood, but you seem to have more heart than my friend did, than I did.
Does this mean anything to you? And he'll pull out the greatsword. Was this something I had before this?
Yes, or something very similar. When you used to go into battle, you wielded a weapon much like that, infused with the power of our technology. You slew a great many of our enemies with the blade, just like that.
Well, it's kind of... He has a lot more questions to ask, but he knows that the rest of the group is probably waiting on him.
Cool. So just for Kodo's benefit, hit me up with like the full list.
Yep.
This exchange is, unique in that there's probably not a lot of other people still in existence that can give you these answers. So
yeah,
ask as many as you want. However long Chrome stays to get these answers will be fine for linking up with the party.
Yeah, I feel like the group would also be like learning what they just learned. Like, well, those motherfuckers obviously got some questions. We got questions, but like,
yeah,
clearly why Chrome would stay behind. So like, yeah.
So, Kodo, hit me up with the questions offline, and I'll happily give you all the deets.
Before he goes, one last thing. Like, aside from all the details of everything that we'd be talking about, Chrome just kind of looks at Lillian, then Tell, and then over to the adjacent bed, and then back to Darren. Is this existence something you would choose for yourself?
I don't know. It was never an option for me. As far as I know, I'm the only person who's ever successfully done it. Even then, it was complicated, difficult, but I don't know. It's a different existence, not less, not more. Just different.
And then with that, he'll follow everybody else.
Cool. All right. So, group kind of reassembles in the office area. Is anyone doing anything in that area? Or are people ascending back up into Poverty?
I don't know. Seeker assumes there's not probably not really much here for us. Like, yeah, you go over a couple boxes on the way out, but
Sure.
at least Seeker, anyways, probably just hunkering close to Tooth and Chrome, probably.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I would. Freyr wouldn't stop. Freyr would just probably go
'Kay.
beeline back up to the surface.
I'm good. I've got enough bullets now.
Okay. Tooth, Cadence, Vox.
Nothing in particular.
Yeah, Tooth is he would just sort of be like almost absent-mindedly like following the group, not
Mhm.
really like offering leadership or, suggestions.
Yeah, kind of on autopilot.
Yeah, basically.
Gotcha.
Fox would be going for sure.
Okay. Seeker, just give me investigation check, just kind of like passively looking as you like make the trip out to see if anything catches your eye. 23.
Great support, Cadence.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was a group roll. Never mind.
Cadence, you investigated the inside of your flask some more.
You found a really big grasshopper, and you're very fascinated by it.
Oh. Cool.
Seeker, as you're just kind of like winding your way through here, something does catch your eye in... I'll put you on the map just so I can show it better.
Oh, it's a scared dog.
Something does catch your eye in this room as you're walking through. There seems to be, whatever's in this room, there seems to be like these small kind of like tubes with, looks like several kind of like vents that are spaced kind of evenly along here. And as you're just walking through, kind of just keeping an eye out, you notice almost like stuffed in behind one of the rows, like between the wall and where the pipe starts, you see what looks like a handle of something.
Like it looks clearly out of place.
Yeah, like not like a handle like a switch, but like a handle of something.
Okay. It's not like attached to anything. It's like just like shoved between.
Yeah, like you can't really see the rest of it, but there's definitely like a handle that's like sticking up past the pipes. Looks definitely like it doesn't belong there. Like it was stuffed there at some point.
Right. I mean, he'll like look just to make sure that it's not like a fucking booby trap or something like that, but he'll like, if it catches his eye, I mean, he'll grab it and check it out.
Cool. Yeah, carrying your roll forward doesn't look like it's like a trap. As you like pull this out, it seems to be this like gemmed and like jewel encrusted dagger. Looks like beyond ornate. And it's in like pristine condition.
He'll first like checking this thing out, especially if there's like these like gems encrusted in it, he'll like either call Vox over or like catch up with Vox and just like, you know, at the same time just like be like, hey group, like I found something, and just like be like, I don't know, this fucking got gems in it, Vox, like what do you think?
Does Vox get the impression these are like pretty expensive gems, like that would be worth 300 gold or more? Because I think that's the criteria of like what he's looking for. He's like looking for the top dollar gems.
Yeah, Secret, he's just like, Vox was talking about gems, maybe like.
Yeah, like this looks like it like buries the needle. Like this dagger is clearly worth far more than 300 gems.
Yeah,
like 300 gold worth of gems.
Yeah, you see Vox's eyes light up like a couple of high beam headlights. He's just like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm after.
Secret will cast a detect magic on it.
Like super lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Might be something important, powerful.
The School of Magic is school is it? Let me check.
Prayer, if you had to, could you identify this thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can. I have that ready to go tomorrow morning. I think. Hold on. Nope, I'm a lot. Nope, that's actually not in my repertoire.
I don't think this party has identify.
I don't think so.
No, it's not a cleric spell.
So if you're trying to get a vibe, I'll give you advantage on like an Arcana check. Probably Vox or Freyr you can roll. Seeker you can as well, having found it. And knowing now that it's magical.
Solid rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid.
So Vox, you kind of like hone in on the fact that this is definitely a magical weapon. Sadly means it's probably going to be very difficult to remove the gems. However, you get the vibe that it probably has like something to do with wealth itself, like whatever the enchantment is. Seeker, you get a bit more, being north of 20. You get the sense that this dagger is capable of making the wielder notably richer. You just get this kind of like overwhelming sense of like, you know, Scrooge McDuck type like piles of gold as you like kind of focus your arcane abilities on this. But you also get like a weird vibe.
Yeah, okay. If like the crew's like gathered around kind of thing, like he'll share that, you know, some sort of fortune spell or boon attached to this dagger, but it something strange about it. Maybe cursed, maybe bad. Anyways, who wants it?
Ox just immediately puts his hand up after that speech, like, might be cursed, could be bad. He's like, yeah, there we go. Ding.
Like Seeker will like go to like hand it over to Vox. Like Seeker has no need for a dagger, but like, can Seeker insight check Vox's excitement about it?
Sure.
Oh, it's purely on the summoning fact. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah, like he really wants some gems that are worth an amount to be able to cast a spell.
Yeah, I took a ton of summoning spells because I was like, Warlock summoned, woo, that's awesome. And then looked through them and was like, I literally can't cast any of them until I start farming some mad items, dude.
Yeah, Seeker like hands it over. Is like, I don't think you can remove these gems though.
I wonder if I can potentially turn it into the focus itself anyways, because technically the gems just need a tier inserted into them.
Seeker hands it over and just says, "Be careful with it."
Seeker lost
Yeah,
interest
be
in
careful
the spell
attuning to
components.
it.
He's like, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vox like takes it and just like excitedly, but also like understanding that even he understood that there was like a vibe to this thing with like, you know, fortune and stuff. So he like cautiously like kind of sheathes it and takes it and like, thanks, Seeker, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank God you're not Thanwyn
He just looks confused.
or
but he's
Mithra.
Yeah, Lucas had the lovely Mithra joke in chat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's yeah.
Yep. Mine.
All right. So, with that, you guys make your way out of the Office of Temporal Studies and find yourselves back up into Damon's Farthing in
Before
Love that.
before we all head up, because I assume Tooth is still lagging behind, right?
Not lagging. He's just like
not
out of it.
lagging. He's just almost sleep. One step above sleepwalking.
Yeah. He's
Before
autopilot.
Tooth heads up the stairs, I assume we're probably the last two to leave. Chrome will kind of grab you by the shoulder and pull you back.
Chrome.
Whatever you think Chrome's existence lacks, Chrome was willing to give up his life to save your daughter in that moment. And he'll walk away.
He'll
It's a nice lightweight.
Tooth will just sort of like stand there for a second and let Chrome go forward, and then he'll follow.
So you guys make your way up the stairs, find yourselves in that courtyard in Damon's Farthing, on the like outskirts of the Pomerdy city. You guys heading back to Alanor's?
I mean, that's usually where we hang out.
Would he
Go
be
to
there?
place.
Nope.
He's everywhere.
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
I mean, he's not going to be there.
No.
But there's food and
Somebody's-
drink, and that's what matters.
Somebody's got to look after it while he's away.
True.
Might as
I
well
guess
be us.
I think that's kind of our home base here.
The reality is we have 5 days, and a good long rest would be a sweet way to start that out, depending on how things are going to go for those 5
The
days.
killer hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way through the forest in the city back to Alanor's. There are people out and about now. The corruption continuing to recede from the forest and surrounding areas. You guys make your way through town into Alanor's. Doors unlocked. No Alanor inside.
I guess we'll walk. Guess Tooth will walk in, like, and make, I don't know, see if the food works with Eleanor not there.
Yeah, as you like head back into the kitchen, like thought in mind, some empty dishes.
Awesome. Hey, Freyr,
Yeah.
just so there's enough misery to go around, the endless supply of food and drink is broken. With Arun and Nor not around.
There were barrels in the back, right?
There were.
Oh.
Like
Keaton's
Freya
gonna go
will,
check 'em.
Yeah, like Freya will run behind the bar and just see like, is there like any bottles like behind the bar?
Yeah. So there is stuff like to make and like food, and there are like drinks, and like there's casks of ale and a few like small casks of wine, and some bottles of spirits. But the think and eat is gone, and the endless supply is gone.
Guys, if we ration this, it should last us for 5 days.
I'm sure there are other ways to get food in this town. If we need to.
I'm not concerned about food.
Touche.
Drinks all around.
Does anybody have
either here, Freyr?
Does anybody have the contact info for door bonus action dash?
Oof. Tal dies in her sleep. Okay.
At least Eleanor can come back then, and we'll get our food and stuff.
Sounds like fucking Rhyme Frost now.
Dude, you know how much your daughter's worth? A Happy Meal.
Yeah. Fucking oof plus.
I'll just send a message to a roommate. We need you to come back.
Yeah. Where is food? Question mark.
God.
That's all he gets.
So
Is there a
sometimes they talk about police officers having dark humor. They got nothing.
No, they just literally need to come to one of these.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's a good spot.
Enough emotional trauma for one night? Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I told you at the start of the session. I told you. You were warned.
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, because I mean, all the other
like we
sessions
did.
have been so uplifting.
Oh yeah. You're definitely the wind beneath my wings, Brimson. Oh
To
my
be
God.
fair, when I joined, there were a few uplifting sessions, but it was like starkly downhill from there.
I remember the good old days when I had this bestie and I got this tattoo. It was fucking great.
It's called creating contrast,
Yeah.
Build them up and then cut them down.
Fireball a lot.
You can't enjoy the sweet triumph of victory and elation without the soul-crushing pain of losing loved ones.
This means that we're in Act 2, guys. We're at our low point.
I don't even know
We're about to
what act.
climax.
We've traveled so much time. I don't know if time will ever be relevant for our characters. Like it's just we'll finally end up in an existence. Be like, is this where we want to spend our future?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
should we try somewhere else? We have a lot of options.
Yeah, we'll just like literally they're just gonna come across us. We'll be in Eleanor's. There's gonna be like weed smoke like all throughout the ceiling, and we're just only gonna be sitting there going like, time's just a construct, man.
Remember those portals?
It's Act 2, but it's the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome. So I
Cool.
hope everyone had a good session this evening. We are back officially. I think on Monday is the next one.
Nice.
That I know of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
However,
That I know of.
there is going to be I don't have a date picked out yet, but just so everyone hears this and gets their excitement going, there's going to be a one-shot happening in
Oh, is this the one shot we talked about today?
yeah, in the
Yeah.
near future. It is going to contain Ari, can we just get the names? Just the names of the
I'm
characters.
calling dibs on derps. I'm
I already
calling
called dibs on
derp
Dave.
right
I
now.
will fight you for Dave. I swear to
Oh,
God.
you can have Dave. I want derps.
That's great.
Okay, so sometimes some of us, just decide to go down the Mid-Journey rabbit hole. Some of us have the stuff of nightmares, and some of us have super great successes. And in this case, Ari hit the home run with a lovely crew of 6 baby owlbear / owlin, depending on how you look at them. So Floofster, Derps, Cookie, Knightley, Hero, and Dave are an intrepid
good.
band of child owlbear or owlin, and they are going to go on a one-shot adventure, and it's going to be in the world that we have. It will be set off in the Nadrathon forest region, and there are 6 slots. We have 3 taken now, so express your interest quickly to secure your spot. And you don't have to worry about making a character. The classes and the stuff are set, so you just basically have to pick based off a name, and maybe if you're really lucky, Ari can post a picture in the looking for game with the names on the peoples. Awesome.
Cool. So good.
Love the concept.
Yeah,
That sounds
they're so
really
cute.
fun.
We are going to raid on over into Fabled 42 tonight. Also, speaking of tattoos, got the 2-year in waiting dragon tattoo. It's healing up nicely. So I posted a picture in Chat Cafe in our Discord, but it is
Badass. Really cool.
yeah, looking forward to being able to show that off in the live when it doesn't look just like a black mess. So
Yo, that looks
So-
super cool.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to get Trevor at one of those 3-packs of like Hanes sleeveless undershirts.
yeah,
Because we can wear them around the house.
yeah,
Yeah, make
On
sure
the
you
back-
keep that thing
on the back
hydrated.
deck. Yeah.
So we will see you guys on Monday for Visions, and then Tuesday for Finders next week. Hope you all have
Awesome.
a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye all.
So-
Thanks, man. Great
Thanks,
game.
everybody.